In this video, we are going to discuss the research questions and what uh, we have to care for when writing a research question or questions. Research question is one of the basic methodologic components that the researcher should efficiently formulate so that it will be something so specific that the research question should be specific, should be clearly stated, should be easily understood by the readers. The research question is needed for all categories of research, whether quantitative or qualitative or other types of researches in clinical research and so on. Burns and Groups in year 2009 stated that although the terms of research question and the problem statement are used interchangeably, but usually they are different in the sense that the research question is more specific compared to the problem statement. And in addition, constructing a real and focused research question or questions is crucial to producing a good research proposal. And it's very important to direct the research forward and will enable the readers to understand exactly the research questions or questions that the investigator is trying to find answers for them through the conduct and implementation of the research project. The question indicates exactly and specifically what the investigator attempts to accomplish, and this will enable the readers to apprehend and to understand if ever the research is properly designed so that you can easily judge that this research project is appropriate through a revision of the stated research questions by the investigator, provided that the research question or questions are clearly stated. And this will facilitate to raise comments and feedback from the readers about the research question. And usually we have to be very careful about the wordings of the research question, which is very significant from one field to another, from one specialty to another, from one discipline to another. And for example, research questions for clinical research or clinical trial are different from the research questions for public health research. So it is better for the investigator, especially those who are beginning to write proposals or to conduct a research project, that to refer or to discuss the type of the question with the supervisors or the co-supervisors or with senior investigators or with academicians and experts with wide experience in research in order to formulate quality relevant research question. In addition, the investigator needs also to carry out literature reviews, thorough literature reviews, so that he or she can come upon the common types of research questions formulated relevant or related to his or her discipline, such as review published articles, theses, and technical reports. However, the following general points are important. Usually, how and why questions are preferred they generate analytical rather than descriptive findings. And when you formulate questions in form of to what extent and why and what are the reasons behind these, these are important for the readers and for the investigator because they are of analytical nature rather than to go for example questions like yes or no or other types of question. The question or questions should be worded in such a way that a number of different responses would be possible, and this is important also. And the wording should include the key concepts and the relationship that the investigator is trying to identify. And as well, the research question should be relevant and directly related to the research problem. And this is logic because we have mentioned that the research question or questions are usually more specific in relation to a problem in comparison to a problem statement. Dr. Malcolm Todd and his colleagues describe important guidelines that can be of help for the features and the characteristics of good research questions. First of all, it should be relevant in the sense that it is relevant, the research question should be relevant to the research topic and should be manageable in terms of research and in terms of the academic abilities of the investigator. And also substantial and original dimensions are important, consistent with the requirements of the assessment, clear and simple and interesting. Here is the uh, website where you can find more details about these guidelines. Patricia and her colleagues in year 2010 describe a useful format that can be used in the formulation of a specific research question, which is a PICO format. And first of all, we have to consider that the P stands for the population of interest, whether it's TB patients, whether it's patient attending the referred clinics, or whether antenatal care attendants. So it's important to include the population of interest in the research question, and then the intervention. And that the I stands for the intervention being studied, what type of intervention, what sort of intervention you are planning to hold on, whether you are planning to conduct, for example, a clinical trial with different types, whether you need to have two arms only in the clinical trial or more than two arms. The comparison, and C stands for the comparison group or the control group, or to what is the intervention being compared. And O stands for the outcome of interest you are planning to find and to measure. And often timing or T is added to PICO, that is over what time place, and this will make the frame or the format to be the PICO rather than PICO. In addition, Dr. Patricia and her colleagues explained extensively the negative impact of poorly formulated research questions on the study design. And here is the website where you can find this interesting article. And my advice is that you go and read it extensively in order to in-depth understand how to write and to formulate research questions. Here are two examples for research questions. What are the major reproductive health problems among both male and female adolescents? And the second one, what are the adolescent barriers of access and utilization of reproductive health services in Sudan, for example? Thank you very much.